Provisional results show incumbent President Faure Gnassingbé has won a fourth term in Saturday's polls. That's according to the country's National Electoral Commission. Gnassingbé garnered 72% of the votes cast, far ahead of his closest challenger, former Prime Minister Agbayome Kojo, who won 18%. But hours before the official results were announced, Kojo had declared his own victory, vowing to form his own inclusive government in the coming days. He accuses authorities of rigging the results in favor of the incumbent.
Based on all the data obtained from the local Independent Electoral Commission and the Independent Embassy Electoral Commissions, the candidate from the Union for the Republic Party, Mr. Gnassingbé Esonzinma Faure, is provisionally proclaimed elected president of the Togolese Republic.
Now, earlier we spoke to CGTN's Asta on the latest development in Togo's election. Let's take a listen.
Agbayome Kojo declared himself the winner via video on Facebook. He declared that he won the presidential ballot with 57% of the vote. Now, in addition to declaring himself the winner, he also congratulated Faure Gnassingbé for becoming the first former president of Togo. Now, we know that this is not the case, at least according to the provisional results released by the Independent Electoral Commission. The Independent Electoral Commission declared that Faure Gnassingbé won with 72% of the vote, and that Agbayome Kojo garnered only about 18% of the vote. Now, the streets of Lomé have been pretty calm since Saturday, which is when citizens went to cast their vote. Usually the streets are full of motorbikes, full of cars, the beaches have people on them. But since Saturday, it's been relatively empty. Driving around Lomé, you see more soldiers than you would see people on the street. To give a bit of a background, the election results were first meant to be announced Monday at around 8 p.m. local time. Instead, the announcement started at 10 p.m. yesterday on Sunday. And the winner was announced at around 1 a.m. Driving around at night, again, you saw quite a lot of soldiers around the streets. There were checkpoints. So today things are, for the moment, they still remain pretty calm, but keeping an eye on the situation to see if there are any developments. The provisional results will now go to the Constitutional Court, which will confirm the results. Now, the Constitutional Court is not only involved after the vote, they've also been involved in the voting process. Now we will have to wait and see what the Constitutional Court says, whether it will confirm the results by the Independent Electoral Commission or whether it will not. And if the Constitutional Court does confirm the results, it means that Faure Gnassingbé has secured another 5-year term, extending his rule to the country to around 20 years. For a bit of background, the Gnassingbé family has ruled Togo for around 50 years. The country has only had 3 presidents. So for the moment, we're keeping our eye on the Constitutional Court to see whether or not they will confirm and to see if there will be any possible challenges to the results from Agbayome Kojo, who, again, had already declared himself president-elect with 57% of the vote. However, the Independent Electoral Commission is saying, according to provisional results, he has only garnered around 18% of the vote.